laundry in a while.
Here we go.
It's still saying I'm unstable. We're good now?
Yeah, you're fine.
You look fine. You looked fine at the first point. Did you turn the Wi-Fi back on?
I just
No, it's still off. All right, I'm gonna plug this on.
Plug it on
Instagram,
the old,
get some people.
IG.
You're way better. You're way better though. To be honest,
Okay.
The connection looks like it's better.
Why can't I copy link? Copy link.
Oh, yo, on YouTube, you're literally like a black square.
Really?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, I can't even see you. Yeah.
All right, so I'll move upstairs if. So annoying. All right, so
we'll be back in 5 minutes, people. So
yeah,
go
let's
upstairs.
I think it might.
You're a black square. That's the only thing.
You can't see yourself at all.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi period has been really annoying lately. So I could hop out. You guys can get it started if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. Just do that. Figure yourself out.
Okay.
Send you what you look like, Eric.
Oh, I'm back in.
You're back. Oh, there you go. All right, here we go. It's been a rocky start, but we are back.
He's back.
Friday live streams are becoming. There's 2 weeks in a row now. Consistency is everything.
Yep.
Just happy to be here.
Good weekend, boys. Good week, I should say. Have you had a good week?
Tony, why you gotta do me like that with the comment? Salvatierra.
Is that your dog?
No, Salvatierra, the comment.
Oh, I didn't see it. Eric matters.
The black square.
Jesus
so
Christ.
I have 6 things that I am like ready to roll through and talk about with you guys right now. I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions on these.
Eric, you're muted.
Yeah, Eric, you are muted.
I'm doing a swipe up. I'm plugging over here.
Oh, okay. Eric's doing a swipe. I was like, you're muted. Right?
Wipe out. I thought he was trying to talk to us.
Yeah, he's like popping off. I'm like, dude, you're muted. First thing that I want to hit on, Mike hit us earlier today with saying, have you seen Kraft's comments about, he just said Kraft's comments, and I looked it up. Basically, Robert Kraft, I guess he came out and said, I don't know what the setting was, but he came out and said that they haven't drafted super well as of recently. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. So go crazy.
Yeah, he had like a phone conference with like all the major media outlets. I think it's something that all the owners had to do the other day or something. And he basically kind of shit on the drafting process in the past couple years. And it's hard to say, he's wrong, but at the same time, he's won 3 Super Bowls in the past 10 years. He's had a record. The first losing record was last year out of 20 years. So
yeah, legitimately the last like 20 years.
It's so hard.
The context of it is, let me see here. Talking to reporters on Wednesday afternoon, the 79-year-old touched on a variety of topics. One statement that did raise eyebrows was his acknowledgement that New England struggled in the draft the last few years. If you want to have a good, consistent winning football team, you can't do it in free agency. You have to do it through the draft. Kraft said that's when you're able to get people of great talent, whether it's Willie McGinnis or Tom Brady. You get them at a price where you can build a team and be competitive. Once they get to their first contract, if they're superstars, you can only balance so many of them. So really, the teams who draft well are the ones who will be consistently good. I don't feel we've done the greatest job in the last few years, and I really hope and I believe I've seen a different approach this year. So really, really interesting comments there. Really interesting. I think it's super. I kind of think it's cool actually that it came out and said that. I mean, I feel like sometimes with owners, I'm sure that there's a variety of owners who kind of toe the line between, I don't want to say
Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I don't want to say too involved, but it's like at the same time, it's like, hey, you got guys there to run the team, let them run the team. But I mean, do you guys think he's wrong? I don't really think he's. I mean, I don't know. Part of me says I think he's wrong. Part of me says no, but I want to hear your guys' opinions.
I mean, he's speaking reality though. That's the one thing that you can't knock him on is that it's the reality of I mean, you can look at that bridge of years where they didn't really get any cornerstone type players from the drafts, and we're also waiting on another handful of players as well. I think Kyle Duggar, I think, is going to be a cornerstone type player, and we're waiting on him to come around. And
I agree.
also, I was listening to a lot of other analysts talk about players, and they completely overlook players like Joe Tooney. I don't know why they like kind of they shoo him off. And again, we talk about like the lack of interest with the thick boys, like we really like to hammer on. But I think I think it's oversold that Belichick doesn't get these cornerstone type players, but he's gotten solid players that fit his system. But I mean, Robert Kraft is still talking some facts over the past 4 years. It hasn't been great.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Eric, you are frozen, by the way, which is kind of funny.
Right,
the one thing that I completely agree with that, because off the top of my head, what I think about when I think of New England draft picks, the first guy I think of is, Duggar, because it's most recently he had a really good season, and then Michael Onwenu had a really good season. Those are two studs that you got from this year's draft. Uche, you have a lot of dudes. Uche, Jennings. I guess the two tight ends you could kind of hit on as dudes who maybe
that were missed.
Yeah,
and he traded up. He traded up for one of them too. So you feel like you trade up for one, you would show a little more purpose in the. And I feel like they didn't play all year within injuries or just being scratched.
Yeah,
just being like a hockey terms, a healthy scratch. You know what I mean? Like
100%. Yeah, I mean, look at N'Keal Harry. N'Keal Harry's first his rookie year, he was out for 8 weeks. He was on the IR, and I don't know if that's legit. Like, obviously, I'm not in the building, so I don't know if that is. Obviously, I'm assuming it was serious enough where they're like, we'll just pick you up after week 8, I think, or week 6, whenever he comes back from the IR. But there's definitely some misses, but you're not going to hit on everything. I do think that there is some validity to what he's saying, but then at the same time, I think that there's also been some really good draft picks that people gloss over. And as of recently, you think about the 3 dudes who come to mind is Shaq Mason, David Andrews, and Joe Tooney. And as much Joe Tooney's not a Patriot anymore, and I get that, but those are still 3 absolute studs that they drafted. Isaiah Wynn didn't play bad. You look at the receiving core. The receiving core hasn't been great either, but Jacoby Myers is pretty. He was kind of. I don't know if I would go as far as saying a diamond in the rough at this point, but he did play well last year. But
he's looking to me more of like a Julian Edelman.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like
he
can be that good.
Yeah.
It's literally the same story. You know what I mean?
It's so funny. Just a different college.
And I also agree with what Tony said too. And he said it's also hard to draft high year after year, which is true. They're getting the 29th to the 32nd pick every year. So I totally agree with that. And that it's tough to find that. Usually he would trade that away and you would get like a second round pick or 2/3 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Kraft is, to me, this is weird that this even came out. Like, this isn't a Patriots thing.
Yeah.
Usually you don't see this type of stuff. I mean, of course, it's probably going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But, Kraft's always been the one that does talk a little more. So who knows? I mean.
No, it is interesting because it's a very un-Patriot-like thing. It's not something that you usually see a lot.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you're better, Eric.
Okay. Yeah, sorry for everybody out there. That's like going to see Inglourious Bastards and Brad Pitt's not in the movie for that couple minutes. So.
Oh, wow.
Sorry
Quite
about
embarrassing. Jesus.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Terrible.
My dog, I was just arms full walking up the stairs. She does this thing where she just tries to I almost tripped down the stairs. She just tries to block my legs and shit. But all right, get me into what were you guys just talking about?
We were just talking about the draft, and last thing I said, Tony in the chat said, it's tough to pick a good player when you're 29, 30, 31, 32 in the draft. I feel like this is just me. I feel like once you hit about 15 in the first round, everything else is kind of like maybe. And then, but the first 15, those are probably game changers to me. That's what I feel like. But then the higher you go, the more you're reaching, and the more you're like, oh yeah, he ran a 4.40, so he might be dominant. But you're looking at more numbers than you are
I think
being a solid player.
I think also, I think the knock on Belichick is that he's got his own style too with the types of players that he goes after, and it's really, I don't want to say unorthodox. So when it doesn't work out, it's easier to criticize. I think that's the big thing with Belichick. But I mean, I think contextually, when you compare him to other GMs, and this is something that me and Cam were doing like last year, when you really break down his picks, it's like it's not like he's swinging and missing. When you're looking at like Shaq Mason, Joe Tooney,
That's
Chase Winovich, it's like you're not getting these future Hall of Famers. I don't know why people love looking at what's his name from Baltimore, because he did do a good job drafted. He did find some gems, 22, 25, 32 overall. He was good in that window. But I mean, if you look in contextually with all the other GMs, I mean, he's done pretty good over the past 4 years. You can question some picks though.
I mean, honestly, like looking at I'm looking at the last, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 years of it. And I'm not going to lie, like show me where New England is so much worse than any other team. Like last year's draft class was Kyle Duggar, Josh Uche, Anthony Jennings, Ossie, and Dalton Keene. We talked about them. Roar Wasser in the 5th, and then Michael Onwenu in the 6th round, who is a steal. Justin Herron in the 6th round, who is a good football player. And then 6th and 7th is Cash Maluea, who's from Wyoming, and then Dustin Woodard, who literally didn't even come into camp. The year before that, what's up?
Didn't they get a kicker last year too?
Yeah, that was Rohrwasser. That was their 5th.
The guy that was in the KKK.
Well, that's not at all true, but okay.
I'm just kidding.
And then after that, okay, Eric's got it pulled up. Hell yeah. And then after that, right, N'Keal Harry, Jawan Williams, I guess, is a little bit of a reach. But Chase Winovich has been a good football player. Damian Harris has been a good football player.
Yeah, dude.
It's like show me another team that is picking so much better than the New England Patriots, right? And this isn't necessarily directed towards Robert Kraft, but like the people who are like Belichick can't draft well, like show me another team that's hitting on all of their draft picks that is so much farther ahead of where New England is. I personally, I just don't see it.
The two that come off for me the past like year was Josh Uche and Jennings. I feel like they've given up on them, and I don't know. I mean, you have to think about the people that they're bringing in right now.
Yeah.
Where do they go? Where do they fit in?
So I disagree with that, because I think that they brought those guys in because they need some leadership up front to kind of show these guys how it's done. That to me, where do they fit in though? I mean, you can spell those guys like that. That's the thing, is that like, where do they fit in right now? Yeah, you're right. They're definitely taking a backseat role, but in 2-3 years, maybe when they're, making moves, maybe the Udon or Van Noy, whoever, like maybe I don't know what happens to them, but they've sat behind. It's the same kind of deal with a quarterback, right? That's the hot thing right now, is to draft a quarterback and have them sit. And I think there's a lot of validity to that. And maybe they're trying that with a different position, which would be a very Belichickian thing to do. Would it not?
I think it's like also, I think what's really interesting in the way that maybe Belichick could think as well is having depth and versatile linebackers is such a huge positive, in that there's a lot of there's a lot of positives about it. I mean, you're going against the Kansas City Chiefs and fast moving offenses. You have a ton of versatility. If you deal with injuries, it's like the next man up thing is right there. You're good to go. And in 2 and 3 years from now, you maybe pull a Chandler Jones and just unload one of those contracts. If one of the young guys can step up and fill in for 1 to 2 years and really fill in the rest of that contract on a rookie type deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that maybe that's how he's thinking when he's constructing a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. But I just feel like he sometimes takes shots, and I feel like they don't always work out.
Do you think he like overthinks it, like out Belichick's himself, or is like, I'm going to pick this dude?
I was thinking that too, maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? But also the Sony Michel in the 2nd round.
First round, wasn't he?
No, he was a 1st round guy.
Was he 1st round? I thought he was 2nd round. Pick it back up.
He's a 1st round guy. I'm looking at it right now.
No, didn't we have 2 first-round picks that year?
He drafted Sony Michel and Isaiah Wynn.
He picked him in the 32nd.
And Sony Michel ran for like 400 yards in the postseason and helped win a Super Bowl. I don't know. Is that good?
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Yeah, we can have this discussion if you want. Cam.
We have had this
He's
discussion.
awful. He's
not awful.
He's bad, and Harris is gonna just take his job, and I love it.
Damian Harris is a stud. I will agree with that. Damian Harris is very good. Anyway, that was the first thing I wanted to hit on was the Robert Kraft situation. My computer sounds like it's getting ready for takeoff. Like it's down in Houston right now.
Cheers,
and
Eric.
it's getting ready to take off. Mike ripping spit and chicklets. Pink Whitney nips. That's all I had with the Kraft thing. You guys have anything else on that?
I
Mike,
just
do you
think it's
chase
this.
Pink Whitney with Pink Whitney?
No, that's pink lemonade.
Oh, okay. I was just
Phenomenal.
wondering if you had...
Literally, it's phenomenal.
I don't know. It's kind of people are trying to feed into the same narrative again and again. It's sexy for the media to talk about trouble in paradise with Kraft or Belichick with Brady, you know, and that's just a big topic. But I think Robert Kraft is just kind of speaking facts for a little bit. Yeah, I think they wanted to. Maybe they're looking at the Chiefs type draft where you get Edwards-Helaire and you get those types of players that are impactful, and that's what Robert Kraft wants. But I don't know. It just all of this whole thing just really was a great year to have a down year. That's one thing Kraft said as well. Like, what a perfect year to have a down year. Go 7-9, which other teams would fucking loved it. The Chicago Bears would just be saying prayers for a 7-9 season, fellas.
Looking back at that 7-9 record, though, looking back at that, would you guys? I would have loved them to now. Looking back during the season, you don't ever want to see them lose, right? But now looking back and seeing in their draft, wouldn't you want to maybe lose, two more? Maybe
drop that Baltimore game, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
and then maybe get a little bit better draft piece to trade for a quarter.
Imagine being Robert Kraft walking into Bill Belichick's office and being like, "All right, what do you think about dropping a game or two?" That conversation would not be one I want to stick around for.
Yeah, let's win the Baltimore one because we just don't like them. But let's just drop a quick one to the Texans.
Yeah. I mean, do we really need to beat the Jets this year? We really need to do that.
Let's throw them a bone.
Come on.
That was a tight. I forgot about that tight game against the Jets too. Forgot about that.
It doesn't.
And that was one of Cam's best games all season.
Yeah, the last game.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
his last game. That was like a solid game from Cam. Yeah. That was a good game.
If he could do that and a little bit better this season with this offense, it'd be pretty decent.
Mike, is there any way that we could get you to coach high school football around you and just follow around with a camera the entire time?
I don't know football that much. You could coach hockey.
But still, I think it would be such good. Oh no, that would even be better. Coach a freshman hockey team.
You wouldn't want. I actually next year I am. So
why? You are?
Yeah, I am.
That's awesome.
I'm coaching JV hockey next year.
I would love to see. I know I'm going to show up to the rink and Mike's going to question a call, then turn around and have a nip in his fucking.
We're in a pocket.
Yeah.
One of those. I'm talking to the guys upstairs.
Oh, that's hysterical. I got to see. We got to talk scheduling because I would absolutely fly out and go watch a game. Like that would be electric.
See now. Let's hope. For some reason, idiot said that they're going to be filling stadiums this year. Commissioner Goodell, but I don't think. I mean, does he realize that it's still a pandemic? Like this is still happening. Right?
I mean, the NFL clearly didn't care this year. Like the scheduling stunts that they pulled this year were like. Putting teams just how New England did, like
I had to go to LA for 2 straight weeks.
Well, not even that, but like the when was it? Oh, when they lost or they had to have their bye week and then they played the Chiefs. Like they force fed that Chiefs game in there. Like they could have rescheduled that to a later date, but like they knew. I know that was it was a weird. That was like that was a tight one for him.
Man, the one big thing about the pandemic was, there's people dying all over the place, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm just going to say I got royally effed because I wanted to go to LA and see a back-to-back game in LA.
I would have joined you.
That would have been sick.
That would have been fun.
We would have all been out
epic. Here. Would have been absolutely epic.
That would have been pretty cool.
But yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, coming here for the Brady game.
I don't want it. Like I want to, but I don't want to.
tickets were probably, even if it is like full
Oh my
capacity,
God,
tickets
the
would be
tickets would be
ridiculous to
insane.
get. You wouldn't be able to get those.
I mean, I literally have 4 tickets.
Oh, you do? Yeah, I forgot. But your dad's not going to want to go to that game.
I'll probably want to go.
Yeah. So, like,
I don't know.
Nick's no dummy. All right?
Yeah, but like Pops is getting to the point where it's like, I don't know. I'd rather just sit on the couch and get front row seats from my couch.
I mean, I
don't have to deal with traffic.
Dad says that
I feel that way.
Season tickets anytime you want from his buddy because his buddy doesn't want to go anymore, and he has them. And he's like, I got front row seats right here in my recliner. And I'm like, well, you give them to me then, because I'll take them gladly.
Funny.
I mean, if there was no tailgate, I would probably be the same. I feel like 60% of the fun is really the tailgate.
Oh, tailgating. Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's most of the fun.
Yeah, it's all the fun. 10% is the game. 90 is the tailgate.
Poppy getting juice in the parking lot is most of
just making friends with people that you would and any other day never speak to.
Yeah.
And just being like Paul from Bridgewater next to you in his F-150.
If Eric talks enough shit on the Patriots Facebook page or the Patriots fan accounts on the Facebook pages, he might get into a little fist fight out there, which would be grade A entertainment.
I'm getting to the point where
I hate Patriots fans.
I
love the Patriots. I hate Patriots fans.
So like obviously Eric's
being honest.
Eric's got his account, and I like love the hook Eric's account on IG, but like probably a solid, I would say 8 out of 10 other Patriots fan accounts. Like I follow to hate follow them at this point. I'm like, these guys suck.
Yeah, right. Like if I didn't like the Patriots at all, I see like before it took me a little bit, but I see what non-Patriot fans see about Patriot fans.
Yes.
Like
100%.
why they shit on them so much. They are, I'm sorry, one of the worst fan base. We are one of the worst fan bases. Just because, and I'm going to say this, it's the shit that you will like. It makes no sense. Some of the stuff that they would say, like, and especially with the whole Brady thing. And I hate to bring it up, but like that pissed me off more than anything. Rooting for the Buccaneers during the football season. You're sick in the head. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? I love us Patriot fans. Like, but there's some
I get what you're saying.
No, I'm complete idiots.
I'm like, it's not even go Eric, because I'm just gonna.
All right. So I mean, all right. So let's talk about. This is where I have pushback against just people that are usually talking about Patriots fans in this manner, is because what's the point of being a football fan? The point, being a football fan in the first place is kind of ridiculous, because you're watching grown men play a game and then you're like attaching your self-worth to this team. It doesn't make any sense in the first place, and you're talking shit to all these other people. So it's kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous in the first place. So you look at the Dallas Cowboys too. Those people have leftover crazies from like 20 years ago. They're outside their minds. Any fan base that goes through a winning section, it's like you have unrelentless just a pass to talk trash to other human beings about how bad their football teams are. Of course, I mean there's no PhDs that you need to check off the box to be a fan. There's a bunch of morons from every single neighborhood in New England. So I mean,
Patriots
of course you're gonna be crazy.
They have an abundance of idiots. Come on, Eric. You're on those fan pages. You're on it. You read the shit.
I know Eric. I know Eric hate follows a couple of pages.
Like, I know you're trying to play devil's advocate right here.
No, I'm not.
Save face with some of Patriot fans, but I'm going to be straight up with you. Some of you are dumb as hell and don't know crap about football and just are Brady fans. You weren't Patriot fans, and it's showing. A million percent it's showing.
Where I will meet you like halfway is when I was living in Boston. Is our cities, our dumbest people are the loudest people. They're like they have the most confidence
throughout every fan base. But yes,
that's we get that, Eric. But at the same time, come on, you're in the fan pages. You've seen the stuff.
Oh, we
all have seen it.
Yes,
and the thing is, it'd be one thing if they were trolling. They're not trolling.
No.
They 100%.
They will go to the grave. Go to the grave.
Mean what they say.
All right. Well, I have a hard time taking seriously somebody who writes one of those posts, but 3 days ago posted a picture of their Bruins, Celtics, and Patriots tattoo that was done in a basement 4 days ago. Like, it's just like, yeah, okay.
The Bruins is green and black, and they shoot
that's
up the color
quality.
scheme.
Dude, the funniest thing is when I see those tattoos, I'm like, how stupid do you have to be to get a team tattoo? And I'm like, oh fuck, I have a Red Sox tattoo on my back.
My dad's got one. My dad's got one on his calf, like a woman too. This is the worst place ever to get a tattoo. He's got a
Calf
sock
tattoos.
calf.
Yeah, not a calf tattoo.
He's got little ass calves too, so it's not like you're gonna show those things off.
I think top of foot tattoo on girls. Every time I see that, I'm like, nah.
No, I'm not a fan.
Hold on. Let me unplug and let Jen hear. She's got one on the top of her butt.
Oh Jesus!
She's got one that says water in like Korean or whatever, and it's faded. It's bad. She definitely got that drunk, but that's hilarious that you said that.
The top of foot tattoo.
She's not gonna make you your thing now, Eric. Just so you know.
Yeah, need that, by the way. Anyways.
Yeah. Hey,
anyways,
get on that, please. That'd be great.
All right. So one thing that I was really thinking about today, because I was watching some more videos on Deshaun Watson. I know we talked about it last week a little bit, but do you know what? Like, one thing that I found interesting was all these allegations were coming out, and you still heard it's so funny. Like, if somebody's like a top 30 player in the NFL, but they come with baggage, it's like all these allegations were coming out, and then Adam Schefter's like, 6 teams are kicking the tires on Deshaun Watson. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? You guys ignoring this?
Have you guys checked your Twitter feed in the last like 2 weeks?
Like he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Dude, it's
a little bit of hot water.
I just picture them in like a glass table with the view, and they're like, you know, these allegations are starting to pile up, and one guy's just at the corner. You're just like, well, there's smoke doesn't mean there's fire. He can throw the rock.
It's true. The Super Bowl rape allegation.
Yeah.
There's like,
so like how many is he at? How many is he at now? 23. Let's hope it gets to 25. We'll drop that trade value.
Yeah, and they're in the room too, and they're like, "I swear, once it gets to 25, we will stop putting offers." And then 25 comes. No, I 30, promise 30. I said 30. I didn't say 25.
30 is where we'll draw the line with that.
Was there video evidence? I don't think so.
Did Ray Rice hit his wife? I don't know.
Evidence is evidence, brother.
Who knows? There's tampering all over the place. No,
it's
but
just
it's
like
true.
going with
it's
that and
true.
get ourselves in some hot water, but
it's true.
taken out of context.
I mean, well, yeah, right. Someone's gonna clip that.
So like an FBI guy comes in. He's like, I got a video for you. And it's like, it's actual video evidence. And some other guy's like, I got a video for you, brother. How about this 50-yard dime over here? And he hits the button, like, click.
He's talking to the intern, doesn't even know his name. Play 54. It's just Deshaun Watson launching a 70-yard dime.
I got evidence for you. It's his college career. He lost twice. That's what I say. That's my evidence right there.
Did I just picture every time, like, you know how anytime a free agent or somebody, there's a rumor about somebody wanting to get traded, they play that Belichick walking out of the Detroit Lions. Yeah.
With a Stone Cold music.
Ignoring the high fives. Every time that there like a sexual assault case comes out, it should be Jerry Jones with that same music.
That same walk, that same energy.
He loves it. Make that. You honestly should make that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it comes down to, like, he is honestly, I think, this is my opinion, I think he's the third best quarterback in the league. After Mahomes and Rodgers, I think he's the third best quarterback.
Would you say he's better than Russ?
Yeah, I do. I think he's
pretty good. You can make a case for it.
You can make it, maybe 3A, 3B with those two. I don't know.
Yeah. He's top 5 for sure.
I take Russ first, but whatever.
I think I would take Russ too. But
the only reason I wouldn't take Russ is the height. I feel like it matters a bit, a little bit. I think Russ deals with it a little bit differently.
If you gave Russ an actual offensive line, that'd be really cool to see what he could do. That'd be pretty sick.
I love Russell Wilson too. I mean, I love him. I think he's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. But the thing is he's so talented in Watson that stuff like this is like any other player right now wouldn't have a team. They would probably be on the exempt list. You wouldn't even be able to. So I think it sucks, but we're seeing it in the NFL. It's at its finest right now. If you think about it, they are protecting their player as much as they can until it blows up, and then there's going to be nothing else they can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But right now we're seeing it, and the thing is this should be in the news every day. It's not. Nobody's talking about it anymore.
It is pretty hush hush right now. Yeah.
So of course, once the draft, gets closer, I'm sure we'll hear about it.
For sure.
And stuff. But
one thing that's kind of funny, I just typed in Russell Wilson trade because I wanted to see if this trade rumors were heating up again. First thing that pops up: Bears fans aren't amused with Russell Wilson April Fool's Day prank.
I saw that. ESPN was the one, they put it on their Instagram. That's why they're all pissed about it.
Oh, that's tough.
You see ESPN and you're like, this is gotta be real.
These are the legit guys.
Hold on. Let's talk about Eric. Did they really get you with the with the Julian Edelman? Were you really like for a second like shit? This is real, or did you just know?
No, it's because I woke up, I turned on my phone, and I saw the graphic, and I was like, yeah. So it was a half a second, but like my heart was just like, oh
yeah.
God.
I ate the trash for a solid 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, and that's a long time.
It was the first. It was the first thing that like I opened up my phone in the morning and I looked on first thing I saw on Instagram was Julian Edelman traded, and I was like, I feel like it's that day again, and I was like, oh, it's April 1st. All right, we're good.
Do you think Joe B was doing an early April Fool's joke on us?
We got to parlay the whole controversy thing into the Joe B reflection from all of us, because
I forgot about
that was wild.
Real quick, I was telling Cam this. I was trying to make I spent 2.5 hours making a Joe B for us, like this, just making it like and putting it up for like a minute video on Instagram, and I had it, and it was pretty cool. It was good, it was funny, and I hit the wrong fucking button, and I deleted the whole thing. Started from brand new. 2.5. It was 12:30 at night, and I just screamed "motherfucker!" and woke up Jen. The dogs came running in. I was so pissed off.
That's so heartbreaking.
I was devastated. Devastated.
So
but for people that don't know, Joe B, in the beginning of our show last week, he made up a completely plausible trade. I mean, it made sense.
I thought for sure it was true. Yeah,
for the Washington football team to move up to the 4th overall pick for I forget what it was, and we did a 30-minute. We did a 30-minute segment on that trade.
Yeah,
and then we brought our friend Luke on, and Luke was like, "What are you guys talking about? That never happened." And which we should have done in the first place, went on ESPN, and it wasn't there. So we got duped, and then Joe B blatantly was like, I never said that.
Yeah, that was the best part though, is that we called him out on it, and I was like, no worries, man, like it's whatever, like I don't want to spend too much time on it. And then, but like we clearly showed everybody too. We like dove back into the comments, and we were like, okay, this was you. And then he writes after I'm like, it's cool, man, don't worry about it. Like you got caught. It happens. He writes, he goes, that definitely wasn't me.
And then Eric goes back and he's able to screenshot the thing, and it's right there. The trade, and then he's still doubled down.
Yeah,
I didn't say that.
That was not me. It was not me at all. That does not sound like me.
It was just like the language of the trade. It was like perfectly written. It's like, this is breaking. Adam Schefter reports that they have swapped XYZ for X and Y. I'm like, oh man, like there's no way that's made up, because usually it's like in our chat, it's like, hey everybody, the trade has been made. It's like Deshaun Watson has been traded for Patriots 7th round pick or unrestricted free agent. We're like, you're a fucking idiot. But
that was a legit trade that he had written out. I was like, oh, okay, like. That's a lot, but I get it.
He used the exact same trade that Miami used in the first trade to get where they were. And that's why it made so much sense. But yeah, it was just like that guy. And we were saying it's like that guy who cheats on his wife. And there's video evidence, and he's still like, no, that's
gets
not
caught.
me.
It wasn't me. It's the Shaggy song.
Just lie till you die, and that's what he did. But no, that's just I was pissed. I'm gonna be honest. It was a good edit. it was gonna be funny. And
to veer off from going on.
yeah,
that
no,
point,
no, go ahead.
Watched a good documentary last night about this. It's
What was
crazy. It's about this this guy that kills his family, and all of it. It's like all the police footage is like a documentary. It's
I've
really
seen
good.
that one.
Is it the one that killed his wife and 2 kids?
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's
On Netflix,
gnarly.
yeah.
insane.
You're like 4 months late on that, but yeah, no,
Am I?
yeah.
No, that's okay. When you
That's
first
okay,
see it,
no.
you're like, why aren't more people talking about this?
And the guy was so convincing,
stone cold.
Everything he's like,
Yeah,
but his neighbor, the big guy, was calling his bullshit from day one. He was
the
like,
neighbor.
"There's no way."
The
This
neighbor's
guy
like, he
acted
pulled
right.
his truck
This
up
guy-
in his
he was
driveway.
right.
He never does that shit. I know.
Like, I'm glad my neighbors aren't that nosy that they know that my I never moved my truck this far into my garage. But that guy was like, he never does that.
His neighbor was
lying.
Johnny
He's
on
like,
the spot.
Morning.
He's
too.
like, he's sweating. He talks. He's like, he's talking. He never talks. And I was like, ooh,
He
you're
never says
snitching.
anything. This
Yeah,
is
I
really
didn't-
weird.
I didn't think he was convincing at all. To be honest with you, I was like, this guy.
The beginning, he
murdered
was
people.
At the beginning he was, but the fact that the neighbor was like super interesting in that, because the neighbor from the get-go was like, he brought his truck up into the driveway, he never does that shit, something's up, and the cops are like, this guy's kind of sounds right. And the neighbor was like the most hillbilly person in Colorado, which isn't too crazy hillbilly, but he was still like he had like a white tee that had the sleeves cut off like pretty bad, and he like the baggy basketball shorts. He's like, this dude brought his truck up in the driveway. He doesn't do that shit. He was loading it at like 3 a.m. That's weird. Like,
but how delusional can one be that you think you're going to get away with that? You think that the FBI and the local police are just going to be like, we can't find it. We're going to stop. We're not going to keep looking. Like,
So
once the
wild.
FBI got in on that, his butthole had to pucker so much. He had to know he was like, at that point. If I'm him, I'm looking for a plea deal, just not to kill me. You know what I mean? Just life in prison, because I'm pretty sure he's up for the.
I think he is too. I think he's up for the death penalty. Yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
Oh no, he's not.
Right
He's
now.
not. He's not, because at the end, yeah, at the end he told them that he did it all because he blamed it on his wife. He's like, my wife, killed and I saw that, and I killed her because she killed them, and like. So
and his dad came in. You remember that his dad came into the interrogation room, and his dad was like, "That's bullshit. I don't believe you."
His dad's a ride or die though. His dad was like, whatever we have to do.
Yeah.
You're good. If I ever told my dad that, my dad would walk. The minute I was like, I killed someone, he'd be like, "You're on your own.
Yeah,
See you later."
probably a really bad decision from you.
I'm gonna say something controversial right now. Maybe
Great,
we might have
let's
to
hear
cut.
it.
We might have to cut this out right now.
Right.
I did not like this guy at all until and then they cut to a video, and this girl, all right, so this girl number one was an MLMer. She was like a pyramid schemer type.
Yeah,
type
she
woman.
sucked. She sucked.
Okay, so before, yeah, but then also she turned the phone on herself at one point in the video, and she's like, she has something about I asked him to do something, and he's like, not the smartest guy in the world. Got to ask him twice about doing things. I was like, what team am I on right now?
Yeah, right. No.
What team am I on right now?
Your man code kicks in a bit, and you're like, "Well, don't talk to us like that."
Well, maybe she did
me
deserve.
like that.
Maybe
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe she deserved that pillow to the face. You know, maybe you're a little nicer. He wouldn't have done it. Yeah. But I love her dad was like, there's no way that he kicked her ass without knowing that this guy was a complete pussy and that she ran the whole household. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was like, there's no way she went out without a fight.
Yeah.
All you have to do is say peace at that point, though. You know what I mean?
That's what's crazy. So
peace. I'm out. I'll be labeled as a whatever. I'm out.
Yeah, whatever. I'm leaving my family. It's cool. Yeah. But I have a pretty hot other girl that wants to be with me. Like, see you later. I honestly think the side piece wasn't as hot as the wife, but the wife was a bitch. Like, seriously, if you're gonna cheat, at least cheat up. You know what I mean? Because if you get caught, make it worth it.
It never
But
works.
don't cheat down. What's the point of cheating down? Like you get caught and then you lose the hot one, and then you're just like, oh, well, now I'm stuck with the ugly one.
So like,
and then she leaves, and then she leaves. She's like, you're only with me now. Okay,
yeah. Oh,
this got way less fun when you killed your wife. I'm out of here.
Yeah. And I love how the lady was like, I had no clue he had a wife. You're bullshit. You didn't.
Oh, I know.
God damn right he had a wife. And that's probably what turned you the hell on. Because women are nuts like that.
So I follow this guy on YouTube. His name's That Chapter, and he does like a bunch of like murder, like it's basically all like crime stuff. What's so funny?
We're gonna be canceled if they take it. Anything me and Mike said over the past 20 minutes,
and her face is getting redder and redder. I can see it.
We're never going to be employable if any of the last thing that me and Mike said.
I'm taking the police test in 3 weeks, and they're going to see me. And they're like, "I saw your last podcast. You are not going to."
This guy, this guy's definitely not.
I'm going to be trying to dip fries at McDonald's. They're going to be like, "Nah."
That asshole killed his wife, and you stood up for him.
Absolutely not, brother.
All I was gonna say is that there's this guy that I follow on YouTube. His name's That Chapter. He does a bunch of crime stuff, and obviously a lot of them have to do with like the cheating husband or whatever. And the amount of people who are get in a situation where they're like cheating on their wife and they skip over the whole divorce part and they go straight to I'm gonna have to kill her, I guess, is shocking to me.
Oh yeah,
that like lapse in judgment where they're just like, I'm gonna have to take another human life. That's the only thing I'm gonna have to do right now.
That's a psychopath mentality. Like
wild.
What's wrong with you there? You know what I mean?
We're going down. We're kind of spiraling in a different direction. But I want to make one more point before we go back to football.
Cool. Also, another doc before you is called White Boy. It's on
Netflix. White Boy Rick. Yeah. It's a movie too.
There's a movie too, but yeah.
Side note is. I saw this on TikTok. I was like a psychologist being like, talking about how cheating in marriage is 50-50. Also, all like the abuse also is 50-50 by the stats, but divorce is filed 80% by females. And the top 3 reasons why divorce is filed is number 1 is loss of job. Number 2 is loss of a business. Number 3 is mental breakdown for the male. And I'm like, it's tough out here for. All right, you know what?
Let's skip over that part.
Get out of here.
It's tough out here for a man.
Let's scoot our way out of here.
It's tough out here for the boys.
It is, but I mean, women don't have it easy either.
Well, that was a hysterical 20-minute segment that at some point is going to see the light of day when we're all applying for jobs. So
we're going to have to private this one. I think
the other thing
lost all our viewers. I think.
I don't give a shit. I do honestly. The whole point. I like doing this because I like to like hang out and just like laugh with you guys. Because the other 90% of my week is in law school and there's no laughing involved. So,
honestly, there's way worse podcasts out there. So.
That's probably true.
You know what I mean? There's way worse shit being said out there. So
the other thing that I wanted to hit on, moving on to a completely new topic.
Number 2 of your 6.
Number 2 was Joe B, and we covered 3. That. Still hysterical that he was just like, wasn't me at all.
Fucking Joe B.
The third thing that I think got blown way out of proportion this week was Belichick at Bama's pro day when like Mac Jones threw that deep ball that missed and it showed him shaking his head. I thought that was blown so far out of proportion because like clearly what happened is Mac Jones took a rep, he threw a ball, it was overthrown, and Josh McDaniels was saying something to him that looked like it was happening before the snap, and he was shaking his head like in response to that. And everybody was like, oh, he hates Mac Jones now. Like, and I'm not saying that they're going to draft Mac Jones, but like, are we that desperate for news right now that people are just like, we're going to blow this up and make it look like Belichick hates Mac Jones when
that's their job.
Clearly not the thing.
That's their job, Cam. That's what they do. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, it was a bad look for Belichick because it did look that way. But at the same time, like, yeah, if you go back and look at it, they were having a conversation and it had nothing to do with that throw.
He just shook his head.
He could have been like, do you want Chinese food or Mexican today? And Belichick was like, no. neither.
Dude,
You could have been
I,
like, have you checked out this barbecue place down the street?
I
And the Belcher
want
was like,
Popeyes.
no.
Yeah, no, not today.
I've seen that man, dude. He does that. He does that mannerism all the time in conversation with other coaches. Like I've noticed that. And when I saw that, I was thinking this.
Like I don't know. That was kind of the biggest thing. The other thing that I kind of wanted to tie into this was, I don't know if you guys listened to, probably not, but I listened to the John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. They had like a presser the other day, and I loved it. It was the most honest press conference from a GM and coach I've ever seen in my life. They were just straight up. They were basically straight up like, we have Jimmy. We're probably going to draft a quarterback at 3. That's why we traded up, and he's going to sit behind Jimmy, and we'll figure it out from there. Like, it was so honest. I loved everything about it. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But.
I like it when they aired that out when it's honest. And who
Yeah.
was saying? I dude, last week somebody was telling us that they didn't think San Francisco was taking a quarterback at 3rd overall, and I'm like, you do not trade up that high
Luke said
for
that.
anything other than a quarterback and give up what they gave.
Yeah,
You're taking a quarterback, 100%.
But
100%
now let's look at it through that quarterback's eyes, right? A top 3 quarterback right now, it's probably going to be Fields being picked there, right?
It'll either be Fields, but if I've heard that like Lynch and Shanahan are in love with Mac Jones, so I would not be surprised to see it be Mac Jones.
Really?
Yes, I've heard that they like,
Dude,
but it makes sense though when you look at the system that they run right now and who their quarterback is. The most like relatable guy to that in this draft is Mac Jones. Scott, they can be called hookers. That's entirely up to you. Chances are after this live show, we're going to be shut down though. So enjoy it while you can.
Yes, we can be called hookers. That's fine. Let's just go with it.
Just run with it.
At this point, we are just on the track and we're just going.
Never mind shut down. Like we might get our employers might be contacted. So it was nice to know you at this point.
Well, the state of Massachusetts is paying me right now, so let's just they can't fire me.
Can't fire me if I don't have a job.
Can't fire me if I'm not working.
You're fired. Hey, look, lucky for you, I don't have one.
Oh, does that mean I go back on unemployment, which I'm already on? So,
but anyway,
thanks
I
for
heard
the
that
extra 300, Biden. But, all right.
I heard San Francisco is like in love with Mac Jones. But
I did too,
dude. At this point, though, like with the draft so close, like how much is what people are saying just like cannon fodder and smokescreen and like here and there? Like that was the other thing that I thought was cool about what Shanahan and Lynch were saying is that they were like they were kind of alluding to the fact that a lot of this pre-draft stuff is a mind game, and it's like we don't want to tip our hand to other teams out there. Although at 3 you don't really have to anymore, which is kind of nice.
Now, this is my opinion. I think Fields is the best quarterback in this draft.
Better than Trevor Lawrence,
and it's going to show in the next 5 years. Yep,
We'll
come back to it. That's just what I feel.
No, we can't. That's fine. I don't think that's.
I mean?
I don't think that's the most.
I think he is the better quarterback. Listen, the NFL is he's the right quarterback for the way the NFL is showing. You know what I mean? The best quarterbacks right now are more mobile quarterbacks, and I understand that Trevor's. He's not like Tom Brady.
He can move.
He can move. Yeah. He can move, but. At the same time, I think Fields is a better athlete, and I think
he ripped like a 60-yard QB draw 2 years ago in the playoffs. That was so sick.
Yeah.
Fields is good, though.
Opinion. I didn't mean to get off topic a little bit, but that's just my opinion.
No, but it's true, though, because I feel like Justin Fields is being severely overlooked. Like, severely overlooked in the draft this year.
He's number 7 on Kuiper's. He's the 7th best player in the draft in Kuiper's list.
Yeah, Justin Fields is legit, and he's not getting the looks at all. But
Kyle Pitts is 2.
That's crazy to me. That's
not
crazy. I don't know.
No, I mean, the Jets the Jets are probably going to take Zach Wilson, right?
I would imagine so.
I mean, unless with them not even moving Darnold at all, like not even thinking about it, like, okay. I feel like Zach Wilson and Darnold are the same people.
I think Zach Wilson's a little bit more athletic, but how about this? This is all I'm saying is that, like, does Zach Wilson really make that team that much better? That's my biggest
That's
thing.
what I'm trying to say. Like, is he that much better than Darnold? And I don't think he is right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Props to Cam, because I think Zach Wilson was projected at like 18 or something like that last year, and you were high on Zach Wilson a long time ago.
Who, me?
He He had a great year. He had a great year last year, Eric. Like a really good year last year.
I'm skeptical of Zach Wilson, but I mean he's an insane athlete. Like there's no question of it. Like his pro day and all that shit, he's so good. He's anything that you need that kid to do, he can do. He can put the ball anywhere. He's an absolute stud. I don't know. But the Jets, like the Jets taking, this is my big thing with the Jets taking Zach Wilson is that the whole problem in New York, in my opinion, is just the revolving door of quarterbacks that you put in there. And you continue, like maybe Saleh's the guy and he gets them on the right track and he gets that team playing well. But it's just weird to me because like the whole problem is the revolving door. Like you can't just keep drafting talented quarterbacks and expecting them to go out there and win you football games and you've got nothing else around you. Like you need to build around that team.
Speaking of Mac Jones, he had the fourth best 40 time of a quarterback.
Mac Jones did?
Yeah, 4.79.
What?
Yeah. He ran a 4.79. Justin Fields ran a 4.44.
Hey, how about your boy Ian Book burning it up out there?
Dude, I would love him to just come on board on the Patriots. Just learn. He might come on, bring him here. I'm telling you, he's better than people think. He's not as good as like all these guys, yeah, but
he's not bad. He balled.
He can do all right.
Steve-O making a point. I don't care how athletic or big of an arm a quarterback has. If they don't have the processors, they're not going to be good. That's a really good point. I mean, that's the point of Tom Brady too.
Yeah.
Right. Even though I mean he's got a pretty good gun, or he
did. Justin Fields is no dummy.
No, Justin Fields is legit, dude. There's some legit quarterbacks in this class.
I'm telling you, this is probably the best quarterback class that we've seen in the past 10 years.
You guys think that like Belichick's going to take a cue at 15 that we're not even talking about right now?
Like, or like, what's that? I don't know. It could.
Like someone from like
North Dakota
State.
Yeah.
Kid got his GED at HCC and picked him.
Picking this random kid from Phoenix University, the online school.
The online school. I don't know. Listen, in all honesty, I think that either if they don't trade up, they're going to trade down.
Yeah,
they're going to give up that pick.
Well, you can't trade.
You can't trade to stay the same.
No. I mean, you know what I meant.
No, I get what you're saying.
They're going to trade back in the draft. They're going to either get 2 seconds or a second and a third or something like that. But because there's no big names that like I was thinking Micah Parsons, but at the same time, that brings him to what? 10 linebackers?
Because Luke and
hold on. I don't want to talk about. You want to laugh, Eric? How about getting blown out by 10 last week too? Yeah, that was pretty funny too. Eric.
What are you talking about?
You said, they're going to blow him out by 10. You were talking about the
Eric's got a gambler's mind. Yeah. That's why.
What are you talking about?
Last week, Eric, you're like,
I can't make you understand what I'm saying. I can say my points.
I was saying so it's the same thing there. Is it
not really? You're just like, if they're not going to go left,
they're not
probably going to go right.
Well, I meant they're not going to pick their pick at 15. If they don't trade up, they're not going to pick their pick at 15.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay,
You're saying they're either trading up
or they're going to trade back.
So they're not keeping their pick.
They're not keeping their pick. Yes.
They're not going to. Okay, that makes a lot more.
That's fine.
It's the same
I'll give you a pass. I just said I'll give you a fucking pass.
All right. Go on with the chlorophyll.
Yeah, have another. Nip. You're getting mad when I'm being nice. I'm being nice to you. You're getting mad.
Being nice.
I had something else I got to talk about, but Eric, go first because I got to look something up.
So my question is about the Dolphins in the next 4 years and about what they're going to be putting together, because they're in a good spot. I think they're going to be a solid team. They're going to be dangerous to work with. They have so many draft picks coming up too.
Yeah.
And 3-4 years from now, the Dolphins are looking.
What now? What do you? Is it because they're coached? Do you think because of Flores is going to make them that way? What are you basing this off of? Because of the draft? Because of the trade they just made? But at the same time, they're just the only time that I think they have 2 draft picks is next year, right? They have 2 first next year. They
have 2 first next year, and then they have 2 first.
They have one first.
Maybe I'm
next
wrong.
year.
I can't remember off the top
I'll
of my
look
head.
it up. Well, keep going. I'll look it up. I know where to look it up.
So I mean, the Dolphins they're coming off a 10-6 season, and of course they're waiting for Tua to really develop. They wanted Fitzpatrick to be that safety net for him, which he was. But I mean, a 10-6 season, that's no joke. And you're talking about, so you lost Kyle Van Noy, which honestly was probably a good drop. Getting rid of him, he's not worth all that money. They overpaid for him, but it's a solid roster. Tua has got some work to do still. Sophomore season, probably going to have a sophomore slump. But now you're looking over the next 2 to 3 years. You're picking up. I mean, you have that many picks, and you're going to hit on a couple of them.
Yeah,
that are going to be impact players.
They draft pretty well too. They draft pretty well.
Tua looks like it's time to move on. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean,
I
Tua,
was going to say that when you were done. I'm not sold on Tua, to be honest with you.
From the film that I've watched with Tua, there are some things that he misses. Absolutely. They are things that he shouldn't miss. I don't want to go and light anybody up, but there are things that he misses that he should not miss at the pro level. Like, if I can see it, you should be able to see it too. Now, granted, he is strapping it up and playing an NFL football game, and I'm watching it from my comfy couch on my laptop. So, but yeah, the Tua thing, I guess, would be a little bit worrisome. But I mean, you got 4 first rounders over the next couple of years. Like, you can go and get another quarterback.
Tua
if it doesn't work out.
Supposed to get in the field last year. The guy came back from a broken hip in less than a year.
That's true. That's a really good point, Steve. I completely forgot about his injury.
Is that the Steve-O or just a random Steve-O?
No, that's Steve-O from the Detroit guys. It's rolling through to our
another good Detroit guy joining us.
Steve-O, yeah, Steve-O's the man. He's all over the Detroit guys. Okay, one thing I do.
Here we go. Just real quick. They get 2 first-round picks this year. 1 first-round pick next year, 2 first-round picks in 2023.
There's also a bunch of seconds involved.
Yeah,
they get two seconds this year, 1 second next, 1 second in 2023. So
if Joe B was in the chat, he would have had Miami with like 15 first-round picks, and we all would have been like, I guess that's what it is.
I mean, who knows? I mean, at that point, but we don't know, like, we don't know where they're going to be. Like,
they have the potential. Yeah, they have the potential to make a big splash. Like,
either that, or
it's definitely there.
Or trade. They have trade.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can move this dude.
We're talking about a team that went 10-6 that had to play. They had to play the NFC West, I think, too, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
10-6. I mean, they battled through that. They have a solid team, and they're only going to add to that. And who knows? It depends on the quarterback, of course. But I don't know. It's something to keep your eye on for sure. I mean, it's not a joke.
I think Miami, the one thing they did wrong last year was rush into Tua. When you had someone like Fitz,
that was I had that gripe too with Miami.
Yeah,
it was so weird when they decided to go with Tua. I was like why?
Yeah,
Fitz is doing well.
It'd be one thing if Fitz was missing, and they you're right. I mean,
and then they went back to Fitz, and they ended up winning a couple of games with him.
Hail Mary with his head, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But,
okay, one thing I do want to hit on, I don't know if you guys have seen this at all, but there's some no combine this year, pro day skepticism across the league. So Penn State's 257-pound defensive end ran a 4.39 according to their clocks, and Micah Parsons also ran a 4.39 at 245. And there's a lot of people who are kind of calling bullshit on that one.
It's a little home.
It's so funny.
They ran faster than half of the wide receivers in this class.
Yeah. And then all these fucking Instagram accounts are out there just stroking them off with a fucking stopwatch next to the 40 time, next to the video of them running the 40 time. It's get out of here, dude. I'm so sick of this shit.
Crazy to me. Are you serious?
100%.
I didn't even know about this. This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I had no idea either.
They both ran 4.39s, and
he's 329 pounds.
He is not 329. I'm sorry. He's 257 is the D end, and 245 is Micah Parsons, and they both ran according to this. They both ran 4.39s.
And Grizzly Adams had a beard.
Dude, speaking of the
That's
40,
insane.
speaking of the 40, kind of brought a memory back. I pulled in one of my memory cards from the camera the other day, and it was the footage from when Cam and I and Dennis went to the football field.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you like this is ridiculous, but I used to like you watch Julian Edelman, and I'm like, I'm the same height as that guy. Like I bet I'm like 70% of the way that he moves, but then I saw myself running the 40 on camera, and I'm like, holy shit, you are unathletic right now. Like it's over for you. Like when I go on jogs all the time, you know what gets me going is like I picture
that girl's looking at me and I'm running, but
it's not even that. Like I picture like me playing in the major leagues, and they're like, he went from a full-time job. Nobody saw this coming. He's playing in the major leagues right now. There's still like a little piece of me that like thinks that might happen.
So you're saying there's a
chance.
And those videos, man, I'm like, wow, you are unathletic. It's over.
And then when you get to like you get and you see how far 40 yards is, you're like, that's a lot further than I thought it was. You see these guys
That's 40 yards?
Seconds,
That's like
way
way farther.
That's 40 yards? That's not 100 yards? You just didn't mark out 100 yards?
I got to pull out those videos because it was like me moving super slow. Then Cam went, he pulled his hammy on the first go.
I pulled my groin. That hurt. And you know what's fucked is I was running the other day and like I felt it again. And I was like, son of a bitch, man. That Massachusetts trip lit me up.
See, that's us though. I mean, thinking that we don't have to stretch. You just can go right in from not running.
That's a really good point. There was no stretching involved.
Yeah, to running a full 40 at 100% and not thinking something in our body.
Let me just do a couple of warm-up laps and then I'll go.
Idiot. Like you haven't done this in 17 years. You think you're going to just do it without stretching?
There's nothing more like humbling than thinking like because we're all in the boat where we used to play sports and we probably were more athletic than we think we were. And then we get older and we're like, I was a pretty good athlete. I could move. And then you're like, all right, take me running this 40. And then you play it back and you're like, holy shit, I can't get my knees up. I pulled my groin. Like that's it for me.
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Not great when you're boozing and all the muscles are dehydrated and you go and try to run a 40.
I think at that point in the trip,
we had slow pitch softball. After you had 7 beers before and you hit a double, you get halfway and you're like, oh, there it goes again.
There it goes again.
Seventh one this time, this year.
I was gonna say, I think at that point in the trip, we had literally eaten nothing but pizza.
Yeah, it was good pizza.
Because I was with you guys the night before. And
it was a good time.
We got pretty drunk and we were up pretty late. And then you guys did that at like an earlier hour. Like
we're buzzing around.
That was the all-time epic on left stage. Her father went out for milk and did not come back.
Her father went for milk and eggs, never came back. It's Veronica. if someone shot a stripper DJ with truth serum.
I think the funniest part about that whole trip is we went to the Patriots Hall of Fame, Dennis, me, and Cam.
Oh yeah.
We slipped into the movie theater, and it was just like it was like a elementary school type video. It was so like a guy in the cranberry bogs being like, I sure love football, Drew Bledsoe. I thought when he went down that it was all over, and here comes Tom Brady. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. I looked to my left, and Cam's like,
yeah, man, got me.
Wiping the tears.
No, it was hella funny. The old lady like brought me back, the Karen from Gloucester or whatever, and she was like, "I've been season 10
Karen from Gloucester."
Her name was Karen from Gloucester.
Karen from Gloucester.
So funny.
I was buying my Marlboro Lights and I'm watching Tom Brady sling it.
It's exactly. But I mean, man, that trip was a good time, but. Yeah. It forever will haunt me, the fact that Ryan Fitzpatrick killed my dreams of watching Tom Brady actually.
You know, we're like, I feel like there's going to be an instance where Cam, we're together. It's like going to be destiny that we run into Ryan Fitzpatrick. And which, like, you know what's funny is like, if there's a guy to ever crush my dreams, like he seems a Harvard guy, he got the beard. I mean, it's hard not to like Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
So
he's hysterical.
I'm gonna be honest with you too. I was low key a little bit happy that because I wasn't invited to the Foxborough trip that Fitzpatrick won that game. And
that's fucked up, Mike.
Sorry. I was a little selfish back then. I didn't like myself back then. I'm not like that anymore. I'm very sorry you couldn't see the game, Cam. But back then, Mike was a little bit happy. But yeah, can you like Mac Jones ran a 4.79?
Yeah,
like,
reeling it back to that. That's moving for Mac Jones. I got to look this up and see how athletic he looks, though.
Yeah.
Kind of assigned him red.
Like, but what about what's his name from the Bills running like the guy Dwight's brother in The Office?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Full pro day highlights. I don't want to watch
Dennis. I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but Dennis was. Of course,
you're tooting it. You mean to toot your own horn.
Toot. But Dennis was saying, me and Dennis saw Tom Brady and we saw Gronk's last game ever in a Patriot uniform, which was the Super Bowl. We were there. And then we saw Tom Brady's last game in a Patriots jersey against the Titans, which was not a good experience. But
not a great experience.
Yeah.
Much less fun than the other game.
Wait, you were at that game?
Yeah. Me and Dennis got 2 tickets.
Oh, yeah, you did. That's right.
Dude, the Super Bowl experience, like the Super Bowl, we were down there. We weren't sure if we were going to get tickets. And the tickets were... So first they started off at like 2,000 where we were saying we're going to wait this out, see what's going to happen. But like in the back of my mind, I knew we were getting towards the end of the Tom Brady's career. And so many times my dad was telling me like, we're going to go to the Super Bowl. Didn't go. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. A lot of Super Bowls where he was saying that. Patriots fan here. A lot of Super Bowls where he was saying that. And this was the time I was in the city and I was like, this is the one I need to go to. I need to throw it on the card and just pretend like the money, you know what I mean? Where you run the card on something that's expensive and you're like, that you know, it didn't happen. You just like, you just forget about it. So it started off at $2,000 and we looked at the data for Super Bowl tickets as the time went on. Over the past 20 years, it never went up at that time frame that we were at. That next day, it went up like $800. And this is the only time in 20 years where it did that.
What?
Went up. So we were like, so nosebleeds were $2,800. I found some for like $4,300 on the first level. And I'm like, Dennis, let's just fucking blow some cash. And we spent,
I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a lot of money.
We spent $4,300 on Super Bowl tickets.
You got to see Tom Brady and the New England Patriots win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, we were behind him when he took that final knee.
You were?
Right behind him.
These weren't that bad either.
We were on the first level. We were
seats were
18 rows back.
Yeah.
They were good.
18 rows back.
They were good seats.
Not bad.
The only thing I
not bad.
Imagine if they lost.
What are you talking about?
That's what I was thinking, Mike.
Imagine if they lost and you just dropped 4,300 on tickets and they lost.
That would be my as soon as I hit purchase, as soon as I hit purchase and click that green button, I would be like, if they lose, I'm gonna put my head through fucking drywall.
I'd be so invested. Yeah, it'd be the biggest game. That game I'd be so invested in more than anything. You know what I mean?
It was a gamble I was ready to take. So dude, that first level, Mr. Beast was 2 rows ahead of me. I took a picture with him.
I was gonna say that. Was he really? Because he
was right there.
Who?
He said sub to PewDiePie. They wore shirts.
There. I took a picture with him.
Did you really?
Talking about
it's on my Instagram. Mr. Beast.
He's a big YouTuber, man.
He's the biggest YouTuber. Rappaport was behind me, two rows. Rappaport was right there.
Wait, and Michael Rappaport?
No.
Ian
Rappaport.
Michael Rappaport. I've been watching get herpes. But
so it was just like a bunch of celebrities that they were probably nervous that I was like in the.
I didn't know you
were like, is that the Hook Eric?
Mr. Beast is like, is that Uncle Eric?
Is that Hook Eric?
And I'm just
is
like,
that the Hook Eric?
No pictures right now. I'm focused.
Mr. Beast spent
Beast
spent $1 million of video on his videos every time he posts.
Who are you guys talking about right now?
Mr. Beast?
When we get out,
his name,
Are you outside your mind? You don't know
who
Mr.
is
Beast
Mr.
is?
Eric, put up YouTube real quick and show him.
Dude, he does these things where it's like
this nerd.
He'll buy
Who
a
is this
homeless
guy?
person. He'll buy a homeless person a house, and then give like his friends his credit cards to go buy stuff for the house. And
Is he like a good guy, or is he?
great
dude, dude, he'll buy a full lot of cars and
Yeah.
he'll hold up a sign that says
Free
free car if you stop. And people stop and they're like, "Is this a really free car?" And he's like, "Yep, here's a key."
Sure.
And then he gives him a car.
Yeah, he does
What?
that with houses. He did that
Yes.
He did one like a couple weeks ago with 5 houses, literally free house, just held aside, free house, and like one guy stopped and he was like, "I know who you
All
are."
right, this guy has
David.
everybody over the barrel here because he's probably a good guy, yeah, but he also makes a ton of money from YouTube.
But every
by
money,
doing
all that
this.
money he makes, he puts back in his videos. He says that like straight up. Of course, he makes some money. He has
David
to.
Dobrik is the evil guy. Mr. Beast is like a good dude.
Hey, what
David
the,
Dobrik,
who is that? Who's
Dobrik
David
is in
Dobrik?
He's in some heat right now for
what?
him.
He's a piece of
For-
garbage.
he,
Piece of
like,
garbage.
Long story short, he had underage girls in his house, and he like did like a threesome video.
That's not a small problem to have.
Dude,
But yeah,
Cam,
it
you love
bad.
trash YouTube. You gotta start following Frenemies podcast or H3 podcast. They dive
They
in
do
that.
all the YouTube drama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or what's his name? Keemstar. He does it too.
I fucking hate
I
him.
hate Keemstar.
Hate him.
But do you
miserable.
guys hate watch him?
Ooh, I
Like,
hate
how do you do it?
I hate watching him. I have to
Yeah, I
piss
hate
so bad. Give me 2 minutes.
Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go after you. But Cam, but yeah, you have to watch Mr. Beast he's he just some of the stuff he does, like it's really cool.
He sounds like a good dude if he's just giving shit away.
He paid $1 million to a guy like he drops $1 million video. That's just insane to do that. I
He
mean,
drops a mill of like
but he's getting like 58 million. He has 58 million followers. So you get money from YouTube for that, like because you deal with it. Like
so
for-
like he's got
spent,
56
20
million.
million views every time. He's getting like I think that equals $2 million. I think 20 million views, you get 2 million. That's like I think that's how it works. Like that's $2 million with views.
You get $40 per 10,000 views on YouTube.
How do you do that math?
I don't know.
But
My
he
view,
makes
I haven't had
money.
a video. I've only broke 50,000 like twice. So
He makes that money. So that's the thing. Like, and he's really cool. But again, we're a little off topic. What did Steve say? He said,
Steve,
Man,
oh my god,
"Oh my god,
that game was wild.
just
that game
watching
was
that at
wild.
my brother-in-law's and my
Yeah.
sisters. That was crazy.
I went to 3 different people's houses to watch that game and ended up at the gym because I was like, if the Pats are going to lose, I'm just going to do this alone. Like, I don't want to be around anybody.
Yeah,
And then, like, obviously what happened, but that was wild.
yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I mean, half the party left when I was there. They all left because they're like at halftime. They're like, we're not going to deal with this. But yeah, no, it was.
Did Mark Wahlberg actually leave at like halftime in that game?
He admits it. He left with his kids. He said he came back, and he did because there's like video of him on the field with Brady being like, "You did it."
Oh, that's right. I forgot about
You
that.
did it."
Okay.
But he left, and because he said his kids were sick or something, and then I think he said once he was watching it in his hotel, he saw that the comeback was happening, and he got back in. He went back in.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did leave. So that Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl, I was at. It was not Keith Urban's bar or whatever bar and grill in Gillette Stadium area, but
Keith Urban has a bar and grill in Gillette.
no, it wasn't Keith Urban. It was
No, it's
Toby
a country
Keith.
star.
It
Toby
was
Keith.
Toby Keith. Okay, that makes
but then
sense.
it was renamed. You went there with us. That's where we
Yeah.
had lunch. That big ass bar, but they
That was a good
renamed
spot.
it. Good spot. But I don't know what. At one point, I was walking out of that bar and punching air all the way back to the hotel, thinking it was like over. Got back and I missed. I forgot what one I missed. Hightower Sack is what
The
I
strip
missed.
sack?
And I was back in the hotel and watched it from there. But I was kind of. I thought it was done.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I thought
that's
for
what
sure it
Steve
was done.
saying. Just imagine being at that Super Bowl and being like,
I just wanted to watch it
I paid
alone.
all that money for
Like I was
this.
and
for
then the comeback.
The comeback.
Can you imagine live lining that game when the Falcons scored their last touchdown? Live lining it then. They were probably New England would have been like plus 900 or something like that. It would have been insane.
Dude, I think so. There's a YouTube video of I live for Seattle reactions. I love those.
I love those too.
But
There's
Atlanta
too. It's a party, like a huge party.
It's like it's like a catered party. Yeah, catered. They got like the little overhang going on here.
Halftime and stuff, and
they're up 20. There's like somebody doing like all these dances on the stage. They're like, it's over. It's over.
And there's literally in the video, there's literally one Patriots fan, and they keep going back to him, and like they're like, we hate this guy, and then they start coming back, and the guy's like popping and locking every time they score. They're like, fuck that,
they were taunting
they're talking so much shit, and then at the end when they scored in overtime,
he's like,
all you hear is all you see is the guy in the background just like up in someone's face, and then this one guy being like, let's get the fuck out of here. Stop.
See, like
I would have paid to be at a party like that and just be a troll.
In Atlanta, like
I might have died. I mean, you probably would die. I probably would have died.
That's what we call a one-way ticket, Mike.
Been to Iraq. That's probably worse.
I'm getting close to not being able to show my face in Buffalo because I've just been trashing them.
Oh my god!
Everybody Buffalo fans all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's just Buffalo.
It's all right. So first of all, like one of my good buddies is a Bills fan. I know he watches all those, so I'm kind of speaking at him, but I'm speaking to the whole city. Like, I don't know.
Don't hate Buffalo that much.
I don't either. I actually like the fans.
I was
but
rooting so for them. I was actually kind of rooting for them in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but it's funny though because I understand what it's like to feel like your city's cursed. Like I remember that when we were like,
a Sox fan. Oh yeah.
I remember being in Fenway Park when I was a kid, 1918. My dad's like was all fired up, like fucking pissed, and Aaron Boone home run, Patriots don't ever win, the whole thing, and like having this whole we just have not stopped winning. Like I'm gonna pile it on. Like I'm sorry, Buffalo, I like you, but if I have a chance to be like a villain, I'm gonna be a villain.
Speaking of TikTok, I got one of my most viewed videos ever right now going on. I'm getting like I had to turn notifications off because it's like it's just never happened to me. That's what I'm saying. It's not that much, but it just never happened. So I can only see yours. You get like a bunch of views, like on a lot of yours.
How many followers do you guys have on TikTok?
Dude, I just gained 120 in a day. And I was like, how did this fucking happen? I just made one video and that was it. But
Mike being a TikTok influencer would be the biggest curveball of this decade.
Eric's are funny. I look forward to Eric's TikToks, to be honest with you. Not to pump your tires or anything, but they are funny.
I think I am going to transition to like doing fully skits and
your skits are hysterical.
If I could like figure out how to do what you do, I would do it, but I just don't know how to edit it like that.
It's not that hard. You could literally just shoot a video, shoot your like one section, stop, and then shoot the next one, stop.
Yeah.
You got to change clothes and shit.
That's what I mean. Yeah. But no, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't know. What do you guys think? We good or we want to go more or what?
Oh, I don't have anything else.
You have anything else?
No.
I do. Draft.
We've been on for an hour and 15, but if you got other stuff.
10 days? 10, 15 days?
I think it's farther than that.
It's the 27th, I think, right? When's the NFL draft?
I think we April have to 29th. Do a draft live show.
April 29th.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll do a live show, and we'll just have a draft tracker on, and then we can have it on like ourselves on the side, so that way we don't get shut down.
We can't get shut down.
I miss the Madden League, dude.
You do not miss the Madden League. Don't get that going.
Dude,
is it still going?
I don't know.
It's going. So it's going, but I forget what's his name. He played with Washington. That guy. He the one who started the whole thing with your
Adam.
friend with Adam, Adam was cheating.
Wait, it's still going.
Whatever.
Yeah, wait, is it still?
It's going in another for Madden 21, and it's not. I think half of the people that were with us are in it, but then there's other people obviously in it.
That's
too.
Dude, that first two seasons was that was a good.
The first season was the best because everybody was locked down at that point. So games were able to be played literally every other day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the second season, the country kind of lifted its restrictions a bit, and it took us a little bit, like sometimes 3 days to get us like a week going. You know what I mean?
But that's like standard.
I think the first season was the best. I think the first season was
legit.
I was the worst. See, the thing with me is I sucked until the third season, and then I got decent, and then everybody quit. So I was just like, oh, fuck.
Perfect time.
Dude, I was definitely the worst of the hook. Well, no, Dennis was, but then I was like right on.
Dennis got smoked by the.
There was nothing like there's nothing like having Derrick Henry in the offensive line that I drafted, and people were like, "I wonder what play he's going to run here." And his power, I was like, it's coming.
Oh, I was
going to shove it down.
I used to shit on you all the time, Eric. All you did was run the ball.
You couldn't stop it.
I never played.
That's the best feeling ever.
You.
Like, hey, this is where we're going. Power I. We're going left side, halfback dive. Try to stop me.
It was fun, though.
Power football.
That was such a great idea
funny
to do.
is that I feel like Mike, the turning point for your Madden career in that league was when you lost to me in the first week. If you would have beat me that week, I think you would have been on a completely different trajectory.
I had you that game too.
You did.
I was beating for most of the goddamn game, and I threw a stupid ass pick, and then it just was all over. See you later. My team year 3 was so dominant. My wide receiving core was disgusting. I don't know how it worked. I do know how it worked. I colluded with the Browns guy. He just traded me.
This is why we can't have a Madden league, though.
He traded me Thomas. So I had Michael Thomas, Galloway, and Galloway and Jefferson. my team was nasty, and I had Hunter Henry too. It was fun. It was definitely fun until your friend
completely cannonballed the league and sunk it.
Dude, like it was. I think the funniest thing about that whole league was just seeing a grown ass man. Like the Hook Nate was text me all the time. He's like,
I forgot about Nate.
He quit 9 times.
Dude, he's like, I remember he sent me like a text. He's like, I'm like Kobe, I either take things seriously or I'm just out. And he's like, I think I just got to be out. Then he quit. And he's like, I'm the commissioner, quit being the commissioner. Then he's like, I need to get back in this league, man. I said, I'm like, this is insane. And then Cam, your thing with your friend happened. I'm like, what is going on with our friends?
That was so funny.
They started. The funny thing about that is they started another group chat, and then I got brought into it, and they're like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" That's how it started. Like we're children, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" And they're like, just wait. We're going to bring something up in about 10 minutes. You're going to see it.
Mike's like, why did you invite me then?
Why are you inviting me then? And yeah, exactly. And then they're like, and then they showed me they're like, this guy was a 93 and now it's week 5 and he's a 99. He was like, they're like, strange ? And I was like, I don't know Madden enough for this to be like a thing. And then he just came out, and I was on his side for a while. I was
so
like, dude, I don't think Adam's going
to the quarterback. Like I know I'm not going to go into trashing on quarterback Adam, but that shit deserved a Netflix intro documentary. 100%, was like
100%.
The violin intro, you know.
I was so shocked when he told me that. I was like. Because I was looking at it and I was like, Adam wouldn't I don't think he cares that much about this to go and do that. Like, there's no way.
He was a college quarterback.
And then
his backup quarterback, he made him into a 96. This kid just got drafted him in the 6th round in the draft we had. And then he's a 96. And then he didn't expect people to be like, what's going on?
Dude. And but what's funny is that it's Madden and it's bullshit. And then I was like, actually like, dude, what the fuck? Like, what are you guys talking about?
I feel bad for you.
I was so angry at the fact that I was like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? It's Madden. No one gives a shit. But for the longest time I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way that he would do this. Like that. I just don't believe it. Like Adam's not that guy at all. And then I text him and like I'm on a fucking date with my girlfriend, right? Like I don't get enough time at all. And like the one time I'm like, all right, I got like 2 hours. Let's go out, have some dinner. And I get fucking all these 30-year-olds from Texas, Oklahoma, wherever else are in this league blowing me up. Your boy edited players on Madden. There's no way that this guy was a 67 overall last year and he's an 88 this year. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, what's happening right now?
Dude, what was the phrase? Like, you told me. I remember when you called me up and
I was crushed, Tony. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
Sophia, that's my girlfriend. She's like, you guys need a novella. We probably do.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, Sophia, for sure. At that point, it was crazy because Cam was so gun ho.
Oh, he's my dog.
Cam
like I
was
would
like, I'm quitting this league. I'm done. These guys are idiots. He would never do that. So then I was like, okay, yeah, I believe Cam. So I started to stick up for him too. And then all of a sudden they showed me all this evidence, and I'm just like, and I sent it to Cam, and then Cam was ... for like 6 minutes, and I was like, so I feel like he was like typing and then not typing, and then he was
100%,
like,
yeah,
like shit, Mike, can you check a couple things for me? And I was like, yeah, no, I will. And then we got to it, and it was so obvious. After the like, it was so obvious because it shows you like.
Yeah, who was updated?
It shows you who
that's right. Remember, I hit you up and I was like, "Yo, can you
like,
check like 2 or 3 things for me?"
Yeah.
And it said that I would give him my like login info so that he could advance the weeks because I wasn't always around my PlayStation to advance the weeks. And him and I are totally fine now. Like we're boys and everything.
It's Madden. Who cares,
dude? It was
funny.
Oh my god,
I thought it was hilarious.
I was devastated. I
dude,
was like,
you called me like the tone of our conversation was like our friend robbed a bank and he's like, and he might be in trouble with the FBI. Like the tone. I'm like, and that's why I thought it was funny because the way that we were talking to each other. But it's like, okay, yeah, he did something wrong. Yeah, it was over the phone. And you were talking about how he like you confronted him, and then he said a phrase.
Yeah.
He said a phrase that made me dying laughing, like, Cam, I have something to tell you, or something like that, where he owned up to it. And it was just like a final nail in the coffin where he was like busted. You know?
Oh, what did he say to me though? I remember what he said.
I think he pretty much was like, all right, yeah, I did it.
Yeah, he oh my god, dude, I was so angry. I was like, why did you do this? Why would you do that?
He was good enough.
He was good without it.
He didn't need to do that.
No.
Like, someone like me should have been doing that. You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? He took over like what connects this whole thing. I think he took over Porter's.
He took
He
over
Porter's and brought them to a playoff game, and I think they were below 500 when he quit.
Did he say Sophia's on?
She did. Yeah,
he say I gotta come clean?
I gotta come clean. That's what he said.
Yeah, Sophia. Dot too at the end. Dot. Hold on, I have to go get my.
Oh, so bad. My brother's in here too. We got
that is like that's like a gangster type.
I gotta come clean. Dude, I was like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why did you do that? And then, you know what's hella funny is that, like, we were talking about it, and Michael probably want to hear this too. We were talking about it, and then I was like, all right, like, we're going to talk about this shit because you pissed me off. Like, let's go meet at this bar. Like, we'll talk this shit out. And I'm like, why did you do that? Like, what about this? He's like, honestly, man, I did it once and no one noticed, and then I just kept going. I was like, why? We had a good thing. Like, you just totally annihilated this. I was devastated, though. I was fucking pissed off at him for a long time. Not a long time, a couple of weeks.
I think it was because we were setting up the league, me and you, and we were just trying to figure out like gatekeeping type things where nobody could kind of cheat the system. And you had the way that he updated his rosters too was that he had access to your console. So he had access. So it's like he had the code to the
my
safe.
Login.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the code
exactly.
to the safe, and he had the keys to the whole thing, and he was just improving players
easily. Like, couple here, couple there. They'll never notice. So bad. And then all these fucking wannabe detectives in our goddamn Slack thing, like check this out. This was his stats 2 weeks ago. Here's his stats this week. And I'm like, thanks a lot, Sherlock. I fucking get it. All right, like I don't need to deal with
that more than you did. I was getting in the group chat, and then I took myself out the group chat, and they put me back in it, and I was just like, guys, I don't care that much. I really don't.
Oh my god,
dude, I love the Slack. Loved it.
I hated it. By the time I was out of it, I was so over it. I was like, I can't do this shit. It's literally like herding cats. I can't do this shit anymore. What's happening with Mike?
He's all right. You were just trying to keep up with it, though. That's the thing. You were just trying to, like, I just ignored it for like 20 hours at a time and just would catch up with it.
So bad, dude. It was so annoying. I'm actually happy that we don't do that anymore.
It is like I want to get back into that. Like I miss that. Dude, there was one
game. Yeah, but you want
to,
and then 5 weeks in, you're like, I don't have the time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You're gonna be like, I don't have time for that.
There was one game, like, I don't know. That was the perfect time frame to be doing that.
I just removed Mike because he was making weird noises.
Yeah, that was insane.
He's back on.
What is happening there?
Let's figure it out. There we go.
No, I just muted him.
Okay. So he actually didn't figure it out yet.
What's going on?
Mike, it's super fuzzy. Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
Figure it out, Mike. This was a good one. Get him out of here.
I
don't have anything else to talk about. We're just chilling right now.
Dude, the quarantine in a weird way had some good memories for that reason, I think.
Yeah.
That was the perfect league to start during the quarantine. I remember playing a couple games. Like every game that I played, I was nervous like I was entering a college baseball game.
Oh, hell yeah. God damn, Mike.
What are you doing over there?
Mike, all I'm getting is fuzz right now.
A bunch of fuzz.
Tony's running the Rams there too. Are you back, Mike?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Okay, here we go.
So one thing to do with that league, it's that one kid. Who did he have? There was like a 99. Nobody could stop. Nobody could stop him.
Good. The Niners were good, and the Jets were good.
No, who did he have? Frick! Come on, Cam. You know who I'm talking about. He beat you in the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, Joe Mixon.
That kid was the one who led that whole investigation, and I hated that kid.
Dude,
he was like 17, and I felt bad for doing it, but I used to shit on that kid so much.
He wasn't a bad dude, but like the Joe Mixon thing, like that broke me. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is the dumbest thing in the world.
Dude, it was a human joystick. Literally, you could do anything with him. He scored 10 touchdowns a game with the guy. It was
ridiculous. Fun. That set me off. I was in the Super Bowl. I was beating his ass in the Super Bowl, and then he Joe Mixoned me all the way to a win.
I forgot about that. You blew the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I went to the Super Bowl, and I lost to Joe Mixon.
Best part of that whole year was you won it on an interception, and I was announcing the game, and that was the funnest I ever had.
I forgot. Yeah, you did a good job announcing that. I remember that.
Mike was a stud at announcing.
That was fun. That was fun as hell, and I was trying to be like, unbiased. But I wanted you to win so bad because I hated the two people you played. I hated, but it was that was fun. I wish we could do that again, but I feel like nowadays
with different people,
different cast
had good morals and stuff like that. That would be cool. Yeah,
that Washington dude, Bojangles, he started everything, dude.
Yeah,
everything.
The Bears guy, I don't think I've ever came close.
I love the Bears
drywall with the Bears because I said one thing because
who is the Bears guy?
Because at that point, I was trying, and maybe it was Bojangles. I think it was either
Bojangles. No, the Bears guy was cool. Bojangles was the douchey guy.
So, like, with this whole league, I was trying to pump up my Twitch. I was like, is this like a new thing? So I was trying to entertain.
Yeah.
And I think I scored a touchdown. I said something like, eat my ass, bro, or something like that. And he didn't. He was in my ear the rest of the game, like every single play, like, you little bitch, like every 4-yard play. and I was getting my heart was beating hard.
He's getting pissed,
Hard.
more and more red. Like, what the fuck you saying?
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
no. It probably wasn't the Bears guy. The Bears guy was
No,
super
Bears
chill.
guy was cool as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
wasn't-
Bojangles.
I don't know.
It
I
had
It
to
was
be
the
don't know.
Redskins.
Bojangles.
It was the Redskins guy. It was the Redskins. He played for because
was
he was
probably
in
the
your
Redskins
division. He was in your division. So
Yeah,
I
you
'cause
want
you're
to
the
had to play
Cowboys.
him.
I
Yeah.
still think it was the Bears. I
No,
think
the
I
Bears.
just-
No, the Bears dude was
the
chill as
Bears
shit.
guy,
It definitely
Duke.
wasn't him.
Yeah, Duke. Duke was cool as hell. That's
Duke was
his name
super
was
cool.
Duke.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he was cool.
I don't know. I think it might have been Duke because I scored a touchdown and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh?" And then he just fucking went. He just
Did
It
you
could have been
lose?
him too, though. He does talk
mashed
shit.
me
but-
by like 40 points, and
He
I
was
was
good
was
too.
Probably
Duke
was
was
him.
good
He was
too.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like
Yeah,
in
Duke-
my mind, like until I'm fucking out, I'm out. So I thought I was gonna come back, but he was just mashing me. Just
I love-
doing
hey,
whatever
listen,
he wanted to.
Tony, I love you for a lot of reasons, and one of them was because I wasn't the worst in the league because you were there.
Tony was the man.
I love
was
Tony
the
though.
man.
No,
His videos were the best. Yeah, Dennis was definitely the worst. That's why. he
Oh
quit.
yeah, that's
But
a good point. Yeah.
Dennis was 100% the worst, but me and Tony were like equally as bad. And but
I got
it-
fired up when you guys would play. That would be electric.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it. It gave you like seriously, like not to sound cheesy, but it helped in like a pretty tough time. Like
Yeah, hell
at
yeah.
that point it was really a tough time. Like we were really stuck at home. Like there was nothing else you could do. So that was like something to look forward to. You know what I mean? And that was
Should we
cool.
should we boogie tonight? Somebody want to dance? To
I'll
something?
play you. I'll play you tonight.
I will
I'll play
happily
you.
watch that Twitch.
I'll play you.
The one
I'll
thing
pop it on right here and I'll play you right next to me.
the last guy I got a hit on was that fucking dude who was the Miami Dolphins who just stirred up all that shit.
Oh, that's
in the
Eric's friend.
Yeah, that dude, holy shit.
Oh
It's
yeah,
Sven.
yeah.
Sven.
That guy
Yeah.
made
That's
me
actually
want
like
to-
I'm being
I-
honest.
that's
You
the
would
thing is
like
that-
him in real life. Like
Yeah.
if you hung out with him, you would like him.
That's what Eric
Nah,
said
not
too.
really.
Eric and
Maybe
oh,
not.
Really?
Yeah, no, maybe not.
Dude, he's like
I don't know.
He
He reminds me a lot of our friend Ryan. Like he's
I
like
don't
the
know who
same
that
type
is.
of. Or Eric
No,
would know.
no.
I do.
There's-
I think they're the same.
I mean, he's got like this. Sven's got like this darkness to him where he's just like where he's talking shit to like really upset people. Like some people poke fun. He's trying to talk shit. He's got like that Boston where he's trying to like upset you.
I
He
never saw
does.
him more angry than that time than like in
I
that
was
period of time with
really
him.
angry. Yeah,
Like,
I don't
you
remember.
have to piss Cam off for him to be like, kick this fucking kid out of like he kicked him. You kicked him straight out of the league. Like
I was
Dude,
so
he
angry.
was-
I
he was
so
like-
mad.
I saw the chats.
up, Devin?
and
How are you,
The
bud?
chats were just fucking ridiculous.
Oh,
So,
he was such a piece of shit. I hated that kid.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So
he is.
yeah, it was fun. That was fun for sure. Eric, if you want to roll a game tonight, I'll go. I'm ready to go.
Twitch it. Eric, how many
I've-
followers do you have on Twitch, by the way?
I've zero, probably 6, 7.
Oh, you
Yeah, I don't
have.
I haven't messed with the Twitch platform in a very long
You
since
definitely have more than
since
that.
Madden League.
Dude, Dennis fucked up so bad because he was beating me for like a month, and I'm back, by the way. But he was beating me for a month, and I was throwing objects in this apartment.
Yeah,
It was driving me. I was throwing
At
foam
one-
rollers
yeah.
against. I was fucking, and he was not getting it on camera. And I'm like, if I were you, what, like, why not throwing the camera? Get some Twitch going. But
where's he tonight?
Yeah, where's Dennis?
he's back. He's in Westfield.
Oh, he's
Ah.
back home.
Yeah, we're working on the trailer tomorrow.
Oh, cool. I
Yeah,
was gonna ask if you guys wanted to golf tomorrow, but no, if you guys are doing
Oh,
that.
Dev's got to quit. Dev, we're about to hop off, but I would happily answer this question. What do you guys think?
As a Patriots fan, what do you guys want to see on draft night? I would love to see them get a quarterback.
defensive tackle.
Really, a D tackle?
They just got
Yeah.
Gotchow. Why would they need
You got Godchow and re-sign Lawrence Guy, and you're like,
Yeah.
get another one.
get
Fuck it.
let's get another one.
Load
I
him
would
up.
love to see
I see a wide
I would,
receiver.
I would
Yeah.
love to see Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
If the New England Patriots come with Jalen Waddle, or they won't get Jamar Chase or Devontae Smith, but if they come away with Jalen Waddle, I will be ecstatic.
Now, some people are saying that Smith, the Waddle might go before Smith.
I mean, possible. I wouldn't argue that, but either one of those dudes, like if they get Devontae Smith, I'll be stoked too. Devontae Smith is incredible. Devontae Smith is real life like Joe Mixon was in that video game. Like he is incredible.
Yeah.
What do you guys expect from N'Keal Harry? this
Traded.
year? What's
I think he's
going
going to
on?
get traded.
think
I don't
he
think
gets
he'll be.
tra-
I don't think he'll be a Patriot by game one.
I think that he has one more year in New England. I think he plays out his contract, which is one more year, right?
Yeah.
I think that he has one more year. One more year with other dudes who can help loosen things up for him. But
Where does he
yeah,
fit in
there's-
though?
dude, you can fit him in. You can fit him in as a
Bourne,
number
you got
3.
Bourne, Aguilar, Edelman, and two
Bourne,
tight ends.
Aguilar.
They're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets, so they're not going to go more than three
Yeah,
receivers.
but you got to have like a dude on the outsides, and like N'Keal Harry, if he has
That's
that
Aguilar.
space. Yeah, but N'Keal Harry's like bigger than Aguilar. That's the only reason why I'm saying that. Is
Not
size wise,
faster,
I think
but
he's definitely not faster.
Not
than
faster,
Aguilar.
but yeah.
But who knows?
All
I hope he does well.
Well, this was fun, guys.
This was great, dude. We'll do this again next Friday.
I feel like we
Everybody
should just
who-
try to hit for every Friday.
Dude, I'm
Friday
telling
at
you,
least
night
draft night.
pints. Friday night pints.
Yeah, that'd be
Friday
cool.
night pints.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like
right.
that. I like it a lot.
What do you want, NFL or NHL tonight, Mike? What do you want to get?
Ooh, yeah. Are we twitching? You guys are twitching. I'm gonna go eat dinner right now.
I'll Twitch.
And NFL. Let's do Madden.
Oh,
And then see if we want to run. And if I beat you too bad in that, maybe we can do NHL. Who knows?
I really want to see NHL, so whichever you guys decide to pick. But
I'll do
NHL
Madden
would be-
first since we
All right.
talked about it.
We'll do Ben. All right, we'll boogie.
All
All
right,
right.
we'll see you guys.
All right, see you guys.